I am so grateful and lucky. I want to thank the nominating committee and Arnold and Bill and AMEC. I want to thank Michael Powell and the American Arbitration Association, friends and colleagues who came out tonight in support. Thank you. I'm grateful to my 97-year-old mother who's here with me tonight. And I want to congratulate the other winners, most especially on their speech-making ability. 1 year ago, my friend Joel Grossman stood on this stage and accepted this very award. And he used a minute of his 5 minutes to thank me. So tonight I get to stand here and be honored. And what I want to do is pay that forward. And I want to thank my friend who deserves to be up here at least as much as I do, Mr. Greg Darren. I thank you for your friendship, your leadership, your support, and your mentoring through my career. And I hope you'll be up here next year. As mediation professionals, as neutrals, our world is confidential, like yours, except by statute. Contrary to what most in the industry covet, I tell the people I work with I don't want them to mention my name in the press. I make them promise. Our work behind closed doors doesn't get fanfare. We have to be a vault, and that's why you come back. It's why you and your talent tell us the secrets that you do behind closed doors so we can help. So for that reason, I want to thank the Oscar-winning actress, the famous singer-turned-actress, the talk show host you all know, the couple of very successful showrunners, the All-NBA player, the NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, and the Olympic sprinter, and also the actress whose career never got off the ground because she broke up with the showrunner, and the band who somebody else stole their songs, and the bands, all the bands that are still together making incredible music, and with whom I got to work with really closely and intimately. And I want to thank the lawyers, the managers, and the business managers who brought them all to me and trusted me to help. I had the luck of settling every single case I mediated in 2023, with the exception of 2 partnership disputes that we're meeting in the next couple of weeks to finish. And we will. But those aren't the ones that we remember. When we put our head on the pillow at night, it's the case, some of you may have read about a case I tried to mediate. It involved, last week in the LA Times, it involved a $42 million painting that was stolen from a Jewish family in Berlin in 1939 and hangs today in a museum in Europe. There was no way to settle that case, given that the king of that country was involved in the background and several other outside influences. But last week, the California Court of Appeal made a ruling in favor of the museum, rejecting the family's claim to the work with an explanation of the law that's hard to swallow. Also, a couple of years ago, I mediated the civil side of a sexual assault case involving a very well-known athlete. Between the first and second mediations, the defense put together an amount of money that I was confident would settle the case. But the plaintiff subbed out her counsel. New counsel insisted on trying the case, and they lost. But what they all lost was the privacy and the statutory confidentiality that we had on our side before that trial. And the poor young woman and the star athlete had all their details of that night, including the drugs, the alcohol, the sex toys, and every last detail that we discussed behind closed doors, appeared in the LA Times and newspapers across the country the day after the trial. These are the ones that stay with us, and they're the very ones that inspire us to keep learning and growing and getting better. This May will be 30 years since I started my mediation practice. And for all that time, people have said this industry has been slow to adapt. But we're getting better. We're putting mediation clauses in the contracts in front of the arbitration clauses. We're writing better agreements. And I'm excited to say that I'm working on a project right now that I hope you'll be hearing about over the next year that's going to embed mediation even more deeply into the field and into the day-to-day. So I accept this award with humility and gratitude, not just for me, but for all the mediation professionals as a whole, and for the gifted, talented mediators who are out there working miracles every day in quiet, private confidentiality. And now, I hope you'll give some thought to how you're going to approach the resolution of conflict in a way that brings more peace to this world and creates a crack of daylight for creative win-win problem solving, together with your litigation counsel and one of the trained and experienced mediators in this room. Congratulations again to all tonight's winners, and thank you more than I can say.